welcome to the Dollhouse. I am the doll. And what I'd like to discuss here is how men waste time. The ways that men buy time. The ways that men fake a future. There is a new term. It's called future faking. And these are some of the ways that men fake a future. And I see it a lot. One of the ways is by asking you to be his girlfriend. Because it's almost like, okay, will you be my girlfriend? Or you're my woman. Him putting you on reserve is just an indicator of a potential future. There is no real plan in girlfriend mode. It's really just the friend zone, except there's affection involved. And when you think about the friend zone, you might have a lot of guys in your friend zone that you don't even sleep with. But there's a difference between men and women, because men don't really even need to be attracted to a girl to sleep with her. So they'll be your boyfriend and let you call yourself their girlfriend and sleep with you and have a relationship even. And keep you on reserve just with the intention of enjoying you in the moment. They don't necessarily mean to waste your time, but they're just thinking about themselves in the moment and having fun. And since you've agreed to go with the flow and just see where things go as a girlfriend, they'll waste your time and then dump you. That's the thing. Like, the girlfriend title, more often than not, especially in the Western world, that it really just means that you will break up. It doesn't usually, going steady doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't mean that you're going to get engaged after high school or right after college. It just isn't that way. There was a time in history, not even 100, or we say 150 years ago, where a man couldn't even be alone with a woman in the same room if they weren't married. It just was not polite, because men at the time, they understood the nature of men, and they also understood the nature of women, and women understood too. Women knew that they were the object of desire and had something of value that was really reserved for them to barter and exchange for protection and provision from a man. You know, their ability to nurture and grow a family and expand a man socially and expand a man spiritually was well understood. And that's what she brought to the table, and he brought the protection and provision. But now all of those things, the expansion of the family socially by having children and creating familial relationships and social relationships in the community, all of that is happening for free. Women are doing that all the time now for nothing, for live-in boyfriends or just for baby daddies down the street. So being a girlfriend and giving those gifts is a way that a man will encourage a woman to invest. And she will invest all of that energy into him, and it will help him expand. You know, through you, he'll meet more people. You'll make him look more important in the eyes of others, and he will expand socially, even if you never have children. He will expand emotionally because you're there as his girlfriend to help him learn lessons on how to navigate relationships. And helping him as a free therapist in a lot of ways, talking through problems and letting him cry on your shoulder, and being there when there's a family tragedy. All of that support is energy, a lot of energy going in one direction, and it really should be reserved not for boyfriend, not even for fiance, but for the capable husband that you're happy with. Only him. Everyone else should just be a friend, unless he is a man sliding a ring on your finger and asking you to reserve yourself from dating anyone else until your wedding date. And after your wedding date, you are completely in a relationship with him as his wife. Otherwise, it is a waste of time to be a girlfriend. So that is one way that men future fake asking a woman to be his girlfriend. Another way, number 2 way, is introducing you to family and friends. Because guys these days won't even make you their girlfriend, but they'll take you to the family picnic. We've all seen that scene in Waiting to Exhale where Robin is standing on the balcony throwing oranges down at the guy in the leather vest. After 3 days, he was trying to take her to meet his mother and his child that she didn't even know he had, because they'd only been dating for 3 days. He wanted to parade her around. And that's a way that women get duped into feeling like things are going to grow into something more than they are. Because he took me to meet his mama, though. Well, he had me around his best friend and his cousin. Well, we went to his uncle's house and his uncle's girlfriend was there and we all played cards. Yeah, we took a trip with some of his co-workers and their wives. Baby, you are expanding him socially by letting them know that he's so good that he's got a beautiful woman that is willing to support him as his girlfriend. You're giving up that energy and your presence is boosting him, and it will certainly make you feel invested in him, and you will feel like since you're investing, he's obviously going to pay you back with the future, right? No, it's not always like that. It's just like any other thing in life you take a risk with. You make your investments wisely. And this being a girlfriend and thinking that just because he introduces you to his family and friends that there's a future, that is not a smart way to invest. And it is really a way that men future fake. You don't want to get caught up in the delusion of a fake future. If you want to meet a man's family, go for it. I'm not trying to discourage that. All I'm saying is that don't see it for anything more than it is. If he's talking about marriage, that's fantastic. But don't give him the rewards of being a fiance until he's put a ring on your finger. And don't give him the rewards of being your husband until you have signed the paperwork. Put him and keep him in the friend zone. And meet his family and friends as his friend. Support him as his friend. But beyond that, it's wise for you to stay a free agent. Like I said in the last video, never commit. Don't commit to anyone. I think that was the last video. Oh no, that was the day before last. Anyway, that's one of the laws of power. And it's also very much, I'm sure, similar to one of the rules in the art of seduction. So, that's the number 2 way. Just introducing you to family and friends can make you think that things are moving in a direction towards something, and you will never see those people again. And sometimes they have met a girlfriend at every holiday, a different woman at every holiday, because he just wants to prove that he is such a big man. He might be lying about his career to his family. He could be lying about being straight, and his family, he really just wants his family to think that he's straight and he's really into guys. There are lots of reasons why you don't want to take that as a sign of anything more than just meeting new people. That's it. Another way that a man will future fake is by asking you for help. They will ask you for help with their rap career, help being in their video. They will ask you for help with their homework. And, pretend like, you're helping me. You're investing in me. When I walk across the stage, we're gonna start really thinking about you and me. When I finish this business, maybe we can, once I get things going, maybe we can really start thinking about a relationship and what's next for us. And meanwhile, you can invest in him, and then he can change his mind at any moment. And a lot of times that's what happens. So if you work with someone, make sure you're getting your money up front. Get some money for it. Get that, and keep him as a friend. And or just decline. Don't do any extra work. Just tell him that that he's got it, and you're so caught up in centering yourself and your world that you don't have the time. But that would be something that you would help with if you didn't have to work so hard and pay all these bills. Ha ha ha. Just make a joke out of it. And let him know that you have things to focus on in your world, and just politely decline. Helping a man with work, it will make you certainly feel invested in him. You will be helping him expand socially. You will be helping him tackle the spirit of indecision, the spirit of disorganization. You'll be helping him organize and expand socially and emotionally. And also spiritually, helping him with his work, making that investment. And you will not be getting his protection and provision. You will be better pouring that energy into yourself, and until you are in a household with someone who, if you pour that energy into them, it will help propel your household and your family forward and your goals forward. So do not feel flattered that a man asks you for help and implies that once he reaches that goal that you will be there with him to help him celebrate, and he'll be ready to make you his girlfriend or wife. Because a lot of times what happens is that a man will reach that goal, and then y'all will celebrate and everything is going good, and then he'll start acting brand new. And then you will say something to the effect of, well, you know what? You're acting brand new now, and if you hadn't had me in your corner, you wouldn't even be where you are. You might start feeling that way. You may even say it. And that at that point, he will rebel, and he will forget everything you did for him, because he will want to feel like he did it all on his own. And you will have invested and made all of that sacrifice just to now have a broken heart that you need to heal from. So that certainly is a way that you can be faked into wasting your time with a man. And another way is just by plain lying. Men future fake by lying when they don't really intend to make any changes, but they imply that, oh, well, one day when I leave my wife, I'm going to be with you. When I get out of jail, I'm going to be with you. When I graduate from school, I'll be ready to be with you. When I get this new job, whatever it is, a lot of times that those promises are not real. Now, when they are real, it's great. But until they become real, it's good to just keep a man in the friend zone, and don't let him put you on reserve. Don't let him put you on the shelf so that you waste your time waiting for him when you could be investing in yourself, having new experiences, building yourself up with a new hobby, a new class, a new way of thinking, a new way of making money, a new way of enhancing your beauty. Pour your energy back into yourself and keep men in the friend zone and let them experience you that way, in a way where you aren't giving more than they are giving you. They should be leading the relationship with their effort and energy. If you're one of the dolls, if you are a feminine energy woman and you prefer a man to be a masculine protector, provider, energy person, then if he's not leading with his energy, it will make things feel imbalanced. You want to be the receiver because that is the divine feminine nature, as the vessel. So if you are comfortable in that feminine energy space, if you're most comfortable there, then you'll have to be patient and don't try to rush things or take these signals as indicating that there will be a future. Be patient and let him actually show you his real intention with his investment, and then you match his investment and let him lead the way, and things will feel much better for you. Relationships will not have that hardness or that potential for pain because you will not have laid yourself on the line for a relationship that's really just a friendship. You know, you might, as a woman, as a young woman especially, you'll run into hundreds of people that will be really cool and might be friends, and you'll have great experiences together, and then you part ways, you never see one another again, but you don't end up heartbroken. Why? Because you haven't invested too much. And that's the exact same way that you should treat men that you are attracted to and interested in, especially the ones that you're attracted to. Because the attraction can cloud your vision and prevent you from keeping your eyes on what you actually want. The prize of fortitude and commitment and certainty. And the prize of protection and provision. The prize of a good relationship. The man is not the prize. The prize is the protection and the provision. That matching energy that will help enhance what you bring, which is social and spiritual expansion. That's the prize for him, what you have to offer. So we definitely both offer something to one another, and should keep it on reserve until the negotiations have been made. And it may sound like a business agreement, but love is much deeper than attraction. And it seems as if the attraction has been the leading indicator of whether or not a relationship will work. In this modern age, that has been the leading indicator for whether or not a relationship will work. And it is not a good indicator. So there are other things that must be taken into account, including life plan, the mental direction of a person, and their past track record, like credit and spending and health goes into it. So look at all those things objectively, and don't let your feelings cloud you because you have an attraction. So I hope this is helpful and that you understand how to avoid having a future faked and wasting your time. Again, I look forward to your thoughts in the comments section of this video. Let's talk again soon.